If you're looking for 55 plus communities in the Charleston and Summerville, South Carolina areas, then there's a chance that you may have missed Del Webb at Cane Bay. The confusing thing is that there are actually 2 Del Webbs and soon to be 3 Del Webbs in our area. The 2 that already exist are both in Summerville, and they're only about 15 minutes away from each other. So it's definitely easy to get them mixed up. Today I'm sharing with you all about Del Webb at Cane Bay, including the amenities, the homes, the price point, overall pros and cons, and how it's different from the newer Del Webb at Nexton. So let's go ahead and dive in. Hi, I'm Sarah. I am the team leader and founder of the Elevate team at eXp Realty, and we love helping people just like you with your buying and selling needs here in the Charleston and Summerville, South Carolina areas. We would be honored to earn your business, and you can contact us via the link below where you can reach out on our website and schedule a consultation to chat with one of our agents. We look forward to hearing from you. By the way, if you're looking for a quick, downloadable, one-page free guide that compares and contrasts the different 55 plus communities here in our area, then we have got you covered. We know it's a lot to learn and research, so we wanted to help by making you this efficient, detailed guide. Grab the link below or simply go to elevateteamcharleston.com/55 plus. That's the number 55 and the word plus spelled out, and you can download your free guide there. First, let's talk about the location of Del Webb at Cane Bay. This community is located in Summerville in Berkeley County. I have a whole lot of videos about Summerville, so if you want to learn more about Summerville at large, go check out that playlist. This particular neighborhood is about 45 minutes from downtown Charleston and approximately an hour to any of the main beaches. It's about 15 minutes or so to Nexton Square and about 20 minutes to historic Summerville. This Del Webb is located in the master plan community of Cane Bay. Cane Bay is a huge community with about a couple dozen different subsections that make up the larger Cane Bay community. There are 25 miles of interconnected trails that are multi-purpose. There's even an underpass under the road that allows you to navigate these trails entirely by golf cart, bike, or safely on foot. So it's a really unique feature that Cane Bay offers. About 7 minutes down the road from Del Webb, you have a huge shopping center called the Market at Cane Bay. There's a Publix grocery store here, Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, lots of other restaurants, as well as things like little boutiques, some medical offices like a dentist and chiropractor. So really all of those day-to-day places that you need on an ongoing basis are just down the road in a convenient location. If you'd like to learn more about Cane Bay as a community, check out this video next where I explain the difference between Cane Bay, Nexton, and Summers Corner, which are all master plan communities, all in Summerville, and yes, all of them have 55 plus communities. So if you need some clarification in that confusion, that video should really help you out. Next, let's talk about the amenities at Del Webb Cane Bay. It is a gated community. There's not a person there 24/7, but they are there 12 hours a day. I believe it's from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. And yes, they are strict. They actually really are. If you try to get in, they are not going to let you in if you don't have a connection and approval to somebody that lives in the neighborhood. Even as agents, we have to show our realtor card and have an appointment scheduled, or else they will just not let us in. So if you're just trying to be a looky-loo and you want to see what the clubhouse looks like, well, good luck, but you're not going to be able to get behind those gates. Speaking of the clubhouse, They have a beautiful 20,000 square foot clubhouse, and actually it was recently remodeled. So the great room has this nice fireplace with a coffee bar, and then recently they extended out the back patio of the clubhouse with more cement and a stage for outdoor parties and gatherings. And then their main ballroom has these sliding glass doors that open up, so you can really create that indoor-outdoor feel with some of the events. There is a kitchen, card and TV room, a craft room, a library, of course, a fitness center that is decked out with all kinds of machines. There is an indoor pool and spa, as well as an outdoor pool and spa. And of course, a property management team with a lifestyle director. This is one of the defining features of a 55 plus community, is that there is a full-time person whose job it is to plan the ongoing events that go on in these communities. So here's an example of the May calendar for this year, 2025. It is jam-packed with a huge variety of activities going on every single day. Everything from water aerobics to line dancing to fundraising events, cooking classes, Tai Chi, food trucks, a health and wellness fair, all kinds of card games, open mic night, an acoustic guitar and song. That's just to name a few. So if you are bored in this community or any other 55 plus communities that have a lifestyle director, that is on you. There are plenty of things to do, and the beauty is that it's all up to you what you want to partake in. Nothing is forced upon you, but whatever you are interested in, you have the option to participate should you want to. There are actually over 200 clubs in this community, if you can believe it. Outside, they also have 4 pickleball courts, 4 clay tennis courts, 4 bocce ball courts, a dog park, a grandchildren's playground, and about a couple of dozen stocked lagoons or ponds, and a dock for catch and release fishing. Your lawn care is also included in this neighborhood, so they will take care of all of your mowing, as well as basic flower bed maintenance and a pine straw refresh seasonally. Now, just like any other 55 plus communities, if you plant your own flower beds and gardens, then you're going to be responsible to take care of those, but anything that the community has provided, they will continue to take care of. Of course, the maintenance of the common area landscaping is included as well. So all of the neighborhood trees, the ponds, and the amenity center. One thing this HOA includes that most other HOAs don't, especially in the 55 plus world, is basic cable and internet. So you're getting fiber optic services with 1 gig of internet and over 100 channels. The price for everything I just mentioned is $348 per month. Now, I alone pay $80 a month for my internet, just internet, no cable, no nothing else. So if you really think about the cost of that, plus the cost of lawn care, if you were to hire somebody to do that, that's easily about $200 a month right there. So really paying $348 for everything that you get with the amenities and the lifestyle here is a fair price, at least in my opinion. On top of your monthly HOA for Del Webb, you also have an annual Master Association fee for Cane Bay specifically. That's $126 per year at the time of this recording. All homeowners within Cane Bay pay that. It is used for the common area maintenance, the landscaping, and maintaining that trail network that I talked about earlier. So that works out to another approximately $10 a month. Again, that's not too shabby. Next up, let's talk about the homes in Del Webb at Cane Bay. There are approximately 1,000 of them. I saw 1,017 to be exact, though don't quote me on that. And it spans about 360 acres total. There are only resale homes or previously owned homes in this neighborhood. They are done building. You cannot buy new from the builder. If you want to buy new, you would need to go to Del Webb at Nexton, or there are other 55 plus communities in Summerville that are still building new. If you want to learn more about that, you can go to our 55 plus playlist where we feature all of those communities. They started building here around 2007 and finish about 2017. So some of the homes are older now. The ones that started first would be about 18 years old, but some are on the younger side, about 9 or 10 years old. As far as what kind of lots you can expect, well, just like other 55 plus neighborhoods, they are small lots, usually about 0.1 to 0.15 acres or so. Sometimes you get lucky and you get a larger lot, maybe about 0.2 acres. And the lots will either be on a pond, backing up to trees, or on a landscaped berm, which is a rolling hill with landscaping on it. Occasionally you get what we call an interior lot, which is when the backyard of one home faces the backyard of another home without anything in between. They're few and far between in this neighborhood, but I have seen it occasionally just with the way that certain roads and lots get oriented. A few of the homes also back up to Cane Bay Boulevard, which is the main road that goes through Cane Bay. There are still trees in between that road and the backyard, but if you're right up on the road, you can still hear it and still see part of it. So I have seen that be a deal breaker for people. Just with those specific homes, there are plenty where you don't see or hear the road noise. All of the homes in this community do have vinyl siding. The new Del Webb at Nexton, all of the homes there have hardy plank siding. As far as floor plans go, I'm not going to rattle off all of them, but for those of you big researchers out there, I know that you're watching this and you know everything there is to know about Del Webb homes and floor plans, and you probably know the floor plans that you like. So some of the ones that are featured in this neighborhood are the Copper Ridge, the Martin Ray, the Castle Rock, and Fox Run, to name a few. All of the homes start off as a ranch home, so a one-story home, but some of them do have an upstairs that we call a loft. The loft features an open common space plus a whole extra bedroom and an extra full bathroom. Of course, the primary suite will always be on the first floor in this neighborhood. And unless you have the upstairs, then the majority of homes have a total of 2 bedrooms plus a flex room, aka an office or a den. Most of the homes also have some kind of patio, sunroom, or screen porch as well. The square footage of these homes range from about 1,200 to an absolute max of 3,800. That's on the very, very large side. Most of them fall in that sweet spot of about 1,500 to 2,500 square feet. At the time of this recording, just for informational purposes, there are 19 homes currently on the market. They're ranging from a low of $299,900 up to $515,000. So the average list price right now is about $386,000, and the average days on market right now is about 131 days, so roughly 4 months. That means from the time a home gets listed until the time it goes under contract and sells is about 4 months. So homes do take a little bit longer to sell in this neighborhood. You have to remember that, first of all, you have to be 55 or older to purchase, so that automatically removes a whole segment of the population. And second of all, they are competing directly down the road with multiple builders who are building new with 55 plus. So a lot of the people coming in are going to the builders versus buying resale. So the homes are sitting a bit longer. It's nothing concerning. They say that 6 months is a balanced market in our area. So 4 months trends just slightly to what we would call a buyer's market. But really, I would just call this a very fair, balanced market. As far as prices go, they range from $300,000 on the low end up to about $630,000 on the high end. So if you've looked at pricing in new construction communities, again, like the Del Webb and Nexton, you'll see that the prices here are substantially lower than they are if you are to buy new or even a resale home in the newer communities. You just can't find something in the 300s in these other neighborhoods. If you would like to see what the inside of some of these homes look like, Jessica Mendenhall, one of the agents here at the Elevate team, recently did a video here on YouTube where she walked through 4 different homes and showed you the inside so that you can get a feel for what these homes look like, what the yards look like, and what the price points are. So if you think this neighborhood is a potential fit for you, be sure to queue up that video next so that you can continue to get a better feel. Okay, so let's wrap this up by talking about the pros and the cons of Del Webb at Cane Bay. So what makes this community special? One thing I hear a lot from clients is that it is an established community. They really like the feel of the mature landscaping. It is a really beautiful neighborhood. The trees and the bushes and the flowers have had time to grow in and really anchor in this community. If you go to newer neighborhoods, a lot of the times they're more clear cut, where everything gets cut down and then replanted, and it just takes time for things to grow in. So people really love the more established feel of this neighborhood. You're also, of course, not having to deal with new construction noise or debris, which is something that you will have to consider if you're moving into a new construction neighborhood. The other thing about this community being more established is that the homeowners now control the HOA. It is not run by the builder, so the homeowners are in full control, meaning they get to make decisions. Now, of course, there's still a property management group involved, but homeowners are on the board. And sometimes people get nervous buying into a new community when it's not yet owner controlled, but is still controlled by an outside third party like a builder, because ultimately they don't know what decisions the builder is going to make. So some people like the security of knowing that the builder is no longer here and the homeowners are in charge of the HOA. It means that they've got a flow, they've got their systems in place. It's just a well-oiled, well-run machine. Of course, one of the other huge pros about this neighborhood is the price point. It really is significantly more affordable than a lot of the competition, and that is a big win. Now let's talk about the cons. If you're wanting a newer home, you're not going to find it here. Of course, in the grand scheme of things, a home that's 10 years old is not a very old home compared to a lot of other houses. However, some people just want brand new. They want to pick their finishes and decide exactly what it's going to look like. And if that's you, then this neighborhood is not going to be a good fit. Some of the homes in Del Webb Cane Bay do need some cosmetic work, especially if you like newer trends. You're going to notice that some of the homes definitely look dated, or they need some TLC or some homeowner maintenance. They might need a new HVAC or a new roof, or they might need the carpet to be pulled out and new flooring to be replaced. So if you are okay with doing some of those projects, or if you just like an older style and don't need everything to be super up to date as far as styles go, then you'll really like this neighborhood. I had some clients purchase here a couple years ago, and they decided to redo a lot of the kitchen, some of the lighting, the primary bathroom, and it looks gorgeous. So they decided that they wanted to just get in at a great purchase price, get a deal on a house, and then put their own touches on it after they moved in. Another detail to mention, which might be small, but it's actually huge for some people, is that for whatever reason, this community does not allow for fences. You cannot have any type of physical fence. You can have an invisible fence, so if you have little Fido and you're okay with an invisible fence, you can let your dog out into the backyard that way, or the front yard, but you cannot have a physical structure. And that is pretty unusual. All the other 55 plus communities do allow fences, and for some reason, it's just part of the covenants and restrictions in this neighborhood that you can't have that. I have had that be a deal breaker for a few clients who were considering this neighborhood, but they have a dog and they just want to be able to let him out in the backyard and have a fence, and you cannot do that here. So if that is important to you, that is some information that you should know up front. Okay, that wraps up our overview of Del Webb at Cane Bay in Summerville, South Carolina. If you found this video helpful, we would really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel so that you can be the first one to know about all things Charleston. Again, if you're looking for that free downloadable guide that compares and contrasts the different 55+ communities in our area, you'll find the link below. It's at elevateteamcharleston.com/55+. One of the specialties at our team are the 55+ communities. So if we can be of service to you, please reach out. You can go to elevateteamcharleston.com/contact and fill out the form there, and then we will be in touch to schedule your free consultation. Once again, we have an entire video playlist on 55+ communities, so check that out next. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.